The doctrine of relation back is a legal principle that states an action done today can be treated as if it were done in the past. It can affect past and future legal rights and relationships. The doctrine has different applications depending on the law. Here are some examples. 1. Agency. In agency law, the doctrine of relation back implies that a contract between a principal and a third party is formed when the agent first contracts, not when it is ratified. 2. Civil Procedure Code, CPC. The doctrine of relation back is a principle of civil jurisprudence that states that courts should make rules to serve the purpose of achieving substantial justice. And 3. Hindu adoption law. In Old Hindu law, the doctrine of relation back allowed an adopted son to be considered as having been adopted at the time of the adoptive father's death. This entitled the adopted son to the deceased's estate. However, the doctrine has been abrogated by Section 12 of Hammer, which states that an adopted child becomes the adoptive parent's child from the date of adoption. A few example cases illustrating the doctrine of relation back in Indian law include Shripad Gajanan Surthankar vs. Dattarama Kashinath Surthankar, where a widow's adoption was considered retrospective as if the child was adopted before the husband's death, Savan Ram vs. Kalavanti, highlighting how an adopted son relates back to the deceased husband under Hindu law, and K.R. Sakralingam Pillai vs. Veluchami Pillai, where the court recognized the doctrine of relation back in the context of adoption, allowing the adopted son to claim a share in the family property. Key points about these cases. Retroactive effect. The doctrine essentially means that a legal act done later is treated as if it was done earlier, giving it retrospective effect in certain situations. Adoption law application. Many cases related to the doctrine of relation back arise in the context of Hindu adoption law, where an adopted child's status is often considered to relate back to the date of the deceased father's death.